in like time, money, magic, and everything in your lives. And that's what we're here for, guys. So Sean, welcome.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing an awesome job today. Super fired up. Thank you everybody for being here. Certainly in recognizing it is September 11th and a day that means a lot to a lot of people. So Jason, Jay, great job. Back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean. All right, so next up on the screen here, we have Albana Haxia. Albana and I met just recently on a phone call. In fact, she is now a client as well, right? And
yeah.
In person, and in discovering a lot about her, I found out she's perfect for this right here. So Albana, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not even recently. It's like this week, right? So
yeah, that's very recent.
And we've had a lot of conversations throughout these 2-3 days together, so get to know each other. But thank you for inviting me here. So I actually work for a investment firm, which is tied with probably a well-known banking institution in New York and New Jersey as well. It's TD Bank. So our group is called TD Wealth, and we focus in providing services to high net worth clients. I love my job. The cool thing about us is that we actually provide services in all financial servicing areas, and we're not limited whatsoever. So when I have conversations with clients, we start just getting to know each other, and then we kind of like get to know and what their needs are, and they include everything from just regular banking, all the lending needs that they may have, which includes mortgages and lines of credits, and we do a lot of custom lending as well. And we also provide a lot of services on the investment side. We have an amazing investment platform, as well as financial planning, and we do business succession planning, and we provide advice on trust and estate planning. And so, yeah, when I meet with my clients, I'm able to, kind of get to know them and actually provide services in all these areas. Of course, I don't do this all by myself. I have a team behind me that supports me to do all this. So when I need, kind of high-end expertise for certain areas, then I call in my partners, and we actually have a team approach, when we serve our clients. So yeah, I've been working for the company for 16 years now. I'm very happy.
Amazing. And give us a fun fact. What is fun about Albana?
Fun fact. Well, I have several actually. And I looked at, I saw a few of these videos, so I knew this was gonna come up. So yeah, fun fact is, well, I secured my first job in US. So I'm a first generation immigrant. So I came in this country about 18 years ago. It was about 2002. And I actually secured my first job wearing flip-flops, and I actually had my 1-year-old daughter in a stroller. I secured the job right in the spot. So that's just something that I always remember. I'm not sure how, but like it happened, and it made me really happy. And another fun fact, I actually lived for 18 years in a communist country. So yeah, I had a full-blown experience, and I actually more than that, not just 18 years, it was about 30 actually. So I had a full experience with like going to school, finishing my college, and then also getting to work in a country that was under that, communism. The last 10 years of that, so from 20 to 30, we actually moved on to kind of becoming more of a free country where we didn't have that communism regime that was, governing the country. So I experienced a little bit of that transition as well, which was really crazy.
Amazing. Fun fact. And then what you said, I guess fun is a way to reframe that. Yes, for sure. But what I can say, Albana, is we've only just met, but I knew from the minute we started speaking that you knew what you wanted, you had drive, you had passion, integrity, and it all shows in what you're doing. So thank you so much. Jason Sipple, back to you, my friend.
I think next is another one of.
All right. George,
have you got George?
George Beatengruber. George, what's going on, man? How are you?
Welcome. Hey guys, how you doing?
Did I say the name correctly? Did I give it?
You got it close. Don't worry. That's the hardest part. If you see the last name, my icebreaker is just call me George, because nobody wants to know how to fucking pronounce that last name.
So George, tell us what you're up to in the world, who you are, and give us a fun fact.
So I'm a real estate bankruptcy and foreclosure defense attorney in New Jersey. I've got offices in Wall, Bordentown, and Metuchen. We service about 250 deals a year for real estate. We do another 180 bankruptcies. So either they're trying to figure out how to buy a house or trying to get out from under the debt of a house is more or less how the practice runs. I've got a team of 9 that works with me. And my fun fact is the first word written in my baby book is fuck. And I go under the Instagram moniker of Cursing Attorney. It just makes sense to my parents' great embarrassment that I've figured out to curse in every adjective, adverb, noun, pronoun possible. And somehow clients are okay with it now. So I'm sorry for my parents, but here we are.
George is my favorite.
Hey!
Welcome, George. And a fun fact, quick fun fact for us, and then I think that goes through the introductions, and we'll get. Oh no, I got our judges. Go ahead. Sorry, George. George, a fun fact for us, real quick.
Oh, my fun fact was I go by Cursing Attorney, and fuck really was the first word in my baby book.
Amazing.
It's my parents wrote it in there, so it's not my fault that that's how I curse all the time.
Thank you so much.
And hey, that's you're appropriately here on a Fun Friday. So we're glad that you're sharing that with us.
Yay!
And next for our first judge, we have the illustrious Joe Hagan. So
Illustrious Joe Hagan's in the house. What's up, Joe?
I'm here. What's up, fellas? So 2 things. There's a study that was out that says that the more you curse, the more you tell the truth. And I don't know if I can fucking believe it or not, but
I feel you're an honest fucking guy, Joe.
that's right. I hear you. And I hope you can hear me okay, because I'm definitely jealous of the acoustics of J-Man and Chris, because they sound like they're doing like a TV show over there. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Joe Hagan is introducing Yes Momentum questions. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. And I really appreciate Jason and Jay for inviting me on. I spent 20 years on Wall Street as an investment advisor. I've achieved high levels of success as it relates to assets and income. But ultimately, I coached probably over 100 brokers, some of them to this day, very high levels of success. But ultimately, I also coached. I used that passion in coaching for my own kids. I have 5 of them. 2 of them just graduated college at Villanova and Marist, Dean's List. And I think they are my best coaching success, in as much as when they were 2, their mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. When they were 4, she passed away. And I have 3 more girls now that I'm in this beautiful, family, father, coaching, lifestyle. And I am in alternative assets for the last 10 years. I love it. It's something that should be in every single portfolio. And I love being part of the Unblinded world as well.
No.
And that's me.
Joe Hagan.
we get a fun fact.
Fun fact. So yeah, I played linebacker, in college and in high school, but I'm an excellent dancer. I could break dance. I could pop and lock. I could moonwalk. I could do the Lindy. I do all kinds of dancing.
Fun fact.
My friends call me a cross between Fred Astaire, Michael Jackson, and Chris Farley.
Boom.
That's quite a cross.
It is.
And then our next
Where do
judge,
you see
we have the wonderful Ruth.
Hi, everyone. So today is Fun Friday. I don't always dress like this. And Sean, I'm wearing a clown wig, just so you know. I am an acupuncturist in Hackettstown, New Jersey, and I've been doing acupuncture. I have a family practice for 20 years, and I intervene in people's poisonous health patterns. I'm in alternative healthcare, so alternative investments, loving that. And a fun fact for me is I started dating a guy 3 years ago who was going really slowly. I'm divorced, he's divorced, and I just kept thinking, this guy is super stodgy, like what's going on? So one day I opened my front door and he shows up in this wig and a gold lame top. And I was just burst out laughing, and he was like, no one's ever called me stodgy before. So this was his breaking the ice. And I was like, okay, I like this guy. I said, I'm taking your picture. We're posting it on Facebook. I'm sending it to my sisters. That's my fun fact. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited, and I'm taking the wig off soon because it's getting really hot. So
Awesome job, Ruth.
All right, excellent, excellent. So that is everybody we have. There may be some other people that come hop on, but that's everybody for now, Sean. So we're good to go.
Yeah, very cool. So thanks, guys. And Jay and Jason, again, great job. So excited to be here today with you and with everybody. And my name, just briefly, is Sean Callagy. I am the creator of The Real Raw, and the co-founder of Unblinded and the creator of the Unblinded formula. And so for 23 years, I've been unpacking influence and its mysteries. And 23 years ago, I was in a job. By the way, I'm legally blind. And my fun fact is I taught a blind guy to surf. So a blind guy taught a blind guy to surf 2 weeks ago in Long Beach Island. True story, longer for a different day. But I knew I was going blind. And when I graduated from Columbia University, where I was a captain of the team my senior year, 4-year starter, I had hoped to play professional baseball. That went away. And then I went to law school because I didn't know what to do with my life, and got my dream job at a major law firm. And then I saw that people didn't have the freedom that they wanted in their time, money, and magic for the most part, even in this like dream place. And so I decided to unpack that. And somebody introduced me to the world of personal development, but really adult learning. You know, I like that phrase a lot more. So a lot of personal development often sort of connotes some dynamic of like just woo-ness. And I wasn't about woo-ness. I was about like acceleration of results. And I began to learn about influence and its mysteries and its power, particularly integrous, heart-centered influence, and what to do with it. And so within 2 years from quitting my job, starting my own law firm, my credit card, 6 months out of law school, I had a 40-person law firm, which I could not believe actually happened, where I was the person generating all of the work, sold that firm, and over the past 20 years have been so blessed in so many ways. I own a 125-person law firm currently. I speak on stages across the country, around the world, including 7 of the last 8 Tony Robbins events. And I'm out here in Sedona at an Inner Circle event with the Lions of Tony's organization. Thank you for being here. And this is to unpack the mysteries of influence. So your benefit, your win, is not only to meet incredible people here today, but if you want to really focus on the micro distinctions that we're going to talk about and see what they unlock in your superpower of influence. So let's rock and roll, Jason.
Awesome. All right, Jay, I'll start it off. All right, man?
Sounds good. Go for it, brother.
All right. First up, just going by order on my screen and maybe the name, J-Man, what's happening? How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very well, very well. So any yes that you're seeking in the world right now, our recommendation obviously is to get us with something, potentially another appointment, but let's go from hello to yes in 3 minutes, and we'll start when you're ready.
Am I addressing everybody? Is that how it goes?
Who do you want me to be? What yes are you seeking?
Oh, I want you to be the booking agent for the biggest real estate conference of the world.
Boom.
I got it.
Awesome. All right. And so, Jason, can you keep time and let people know with a minute, 30 seconds and go? Because I'm having some reception challenges out here in the mountains of Sedona. Is that cool?
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah. So, Jay, biggest booking agent for biggest real estate convention in the world. Take us in.
Feels good. All right, let's go.
So you're Jay and I'm J-Man.
I'll be just Jay, but I'm the biggest booking agent in the universe.
Oh, okay.
But,
Jay, I mean, how you doing today?
Hey, J-Man, I'm good. How are you?
Man, don't you love the weather today? It's so sunny out, and we're just you gotta love the world.
Yeah, you know what? It is beautiful out there today, and I appreciate that for sure. What's up, man?
So how are things going with the conference? I heard you planning some big things. You're having to go virtual, and with all the changes and everything that we didn't see in the world. How's that going on? Is there any way I can help you with that?
So it's going okay. Listen, there's a lot of shifting. We have to really, reorganize and make sure we're doing things correctly and safely. There's a lot of technology involved, which is obviously difficult. So I would say it's going well. We have a big team, but I'm someone who can always improve. But what's up?
Well, I feel like I've been training for this moment my entire life. Okay. I've been doing thousands of hours of video. I've been researching, the safest ways that we can stay socially distant while still coming together. And, if I could find a way to kind of help you take some of that workload off of you, is that something that you'd be interested in?
2 minutes.
Yeah, I just want to be honest with you. I have only a couple minutes to go. I would be
okay.
I would be interested. Listen, leverage is something we're looking for here, and
Sure.
Staying ahead of competition. Obviously, there's other conferences, and we want to make sure that we stay the best. What did you have in mind? Well,
what are your biggest pain points, do you feel?
Right now, I would say the biggest pain point is that we can't get together. So it's the capacity to have that many viewers and not have any glitches throughout the whole situation. That seems to be the biggest technical issue, you know, with power outages and making sure the correct power is going to the right sources. That's been the biggest task so far. And obviously getting people to know about it and get there is always something that's a challenge.
Okay, well, can we get together really soon and I can show you how I've already spent thousands of hours researching all of this, and I can demonstrate to you a way that we can minimize all of the glitches and the problems and the issues that you think we might have in the future if we're going virtual, and still make it the most engaging, the most energizing. If you can't tell, like, I got ADHD worse than you've ever seen, and I can help make your event more engaging with activities and just reaching out to the people. The events that we've put on have helped bring people together, and they've said, man, I felt like I was there, like I was interacting with the speakers, and you know, can we get together and maybe I can demonstrate that in the next 24 hours?
I think that would be great. You know, obviously we can't get together in person, but if we could set
15
up
seconds.
Zoom, that would be great.
Okay, here's the link. Can you click that for confirmation, please?
You got it. Thanks, J-Man. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Excellent work, J-Man. How'd that feel for you?
I felt like the clock was ticking. It was I felt like I could have done better. You know, I always feel like I could do better.
Yeah, we always can, but you did an awesome job. And for everybody, you don't need to get to the ultimate yes. Like, you can just have that, like, can we get to a longer meeting? And so you did an awesome job. And let's drop in. Illustrious Joe Hagan, 30 seconds of feedback, so we stay in time, integrity, and a score. What do you have for J-Man?
Yeah, boom. He got out of the gate. Like, I don't want to call it a false gallop, but I was like, wow, he's onto it. He had some real rapport going. He built for this his entire life. But then I just felt like he went to somewhere without giving him the benefits, telling him I did all the research, but he didn't give him any nuggets on what it is that he brings to the table that really could have sold it for him. And he talked about ADHD. Okay, well, what does that mean to him? What does that benefit to Jay? I got ADHD. So therefore, you're going to make sure I got this, and this, and you'll never have to think about it. So this is what we're going to do. Why don't we sit down? I'm going to send you a link, okay, and then we'll follow up, okay? Instead of asking him the fourth open-ended question again. Like, do you think maybe you'd watch it? By this point, you would have sold him if you gave him some benefits. And then you say, hey, we're going to get together. If that's okay with you, I'll send you a link and we'll set it up and give him choices. But a solid 8.5, but he was on his way to a 9.5 on the way out of the gate.
Joe Hagan stepping into your greatness. Awesome job, brother. Ruth, what do you have for J-Man?
So awesome, Jay. I think that it's also really hard to go first right out of the gate.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think that it was an interesting question that you asked about the weather when that's really in your head. I know you pulled that because you were going first, but there's something really obvious going on with COVID, and you could have really gotten more into your heart with him and really connected emotionally, connected with emotional rapport with him, right there, synced it in. But you got your ask and you just made it exciting in a way that, let's make this virtual. I'm going to give you the best experience possible. Again, a little short on the details, but I gave you an 8.5 also.
All right. Excellent. Great job, J-Man. Jason, who's next?
Go ahead, Jason.
Okay, Adriana.
All right.
Who would you like to be, Adriana? I think you're on mute still.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
So I want you to be the REO, the foreclosure vice president for Chase.
Okay.
All right. Take it in.
Let's go. Jay Levine, will you timeless?
Yes, I will. I'm on it.
So hi, Jason. How are you doing today? Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, good, Adriana. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you. And it was a real pleasure meeting you at the conference that we had online for the National Association of Realtors, right? The world has changed so much, and adapting to that has been a real challenge for some people. How do you feel about that?
It was great meeting you as well. Yeah, the world's changed a lot, but we have a lot of opportunity as well.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot of people have been taking advantage of this, and they are able to start traveling and spending money in time and money on traveling. They're able to access more programs and more conferences.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The same thing. I think we're thinking the same thing, that with all of the challenges that it brings, there's also a lot of opportunity. It's been a nice disruption in new opportunity for growth right now.
Yeah, I agree. So I appreciate the opportunity of being in front of you. I recall our conversation, how you said that you had about 100 properties, foreclosed properties in Florida that you needed to liquidate. And I just wanted to kind of put myself in front of you and tell you that I'm the right person for this job. I've been doing this for the last 10 years. I have a team of professionals that work under me, and we basically cover the whole state of Florida. We have worked for multiple corporate sellers like SunTrust, Wells Fargo, Bank of America. And I kind of wanted to talk to you about my services and see how you were going about that process.
Oh, that sounds very impressive, what you have going on. Tell me more, like what makes you think that this is the right fit? I know we met, and like, tell me a little bit more about yourself and your team.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like a niche in the real estate industry. It's a very specialized sector, the default industry. And not all of the realtors have the knowledge to be able to handle these type of properties.
1 minute.
And basically, my team has been an expert and has been specializing in this market for the last 10 years. We basically sold over 1,500 homes in the last 10 years. We try to get 98% of the appraised value for the properties, try to sell in less than 30 days. And right now it's an amazing time for you because Florida is a seller's market and you're in the best time right now to be able to liquidate those properties.
No, it sounds impressive. Thank you for sharing that with me. I definitely would like to at least have a longer conversation, learn more about you and how this might be a potential partnership.
So how would you feel if I offer you a free evaluation for all of those properties, and I'll be able to explain you and give you a evaluation, a free analysis of the market on each one of them, and that way you'll be able to get a chance to see how much you can get for your portfolio. How would you feel about me being able to send you that kind of report?
Well, that sounds like an awesome value add, but I'd like to start with maybe a second conversation or maybe 10 properties. Like, I don't want to waste your time and have you jump in on 100.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense. Everybody's time is so precious, but yeah, if you don't mind sending me or shooting me by email those 10 properties, I could start on that, and if we can set up a conversation for next week, I'll be able to, I look forward to sharing more information with you.
Thank you, Adriana. That sounds awesome.
Thank you for your time.
All right, Adriana, great job. How'd that feel for you?
It felt good, very on the spot, kind of without really having done a lot of research about him or his position in the company and kind of the portfolio of properties that he has. But basically with the little information that I had, it felt good.
All right, excellent. Ruth, what did you have for Adriana?
Nice job, Adriana. I thought that you established emotional rapport by connecting and talking about an event that you both met at. And you definitely conveyed your heroic, unique identity very clearly. You formed an agreement pretty quickly, and then you went in for more, which I liked, but it was a little, I don't know if it was confusing or off-putting to him because he was asking for one thing and you offered a second thing. So you might want to just say, great, I'll take the second meeting and create more relationship so you can develop that over time. I gave you an 8.2. Nice job.
Beautiful. Illustrious Joe Hay.
Yeah, so, in the beginning, I felt it was a little slow building the rapport, a little bit cold. And I would imagine that she's so successful because she typically, not on a real raw, but in real life, is much warmer speaking to them. And I would say that the point where you talked about the conference, where you talked about having 100 homes, I would have added something like, I was really thinking about you. I was anxious to get back to you. I really wanted to talk about those 100 homes. I thought it was really picked up when she talked about the punch list on her qualifications. I was totally buying into that. I'm like, all right, she's got it. I really want to talk to her about this. And then it would have been, more about, listen, let's follow up on this conversation so we can do a deep dive. And if I make sense to you, then, I'll give you a free evaluation. But right now, the reason that, the reasons why you're so successful, I thought you should have dropped in a little bit more. There's a lot of reasons why I have all of that confidence, 1,500 homes. I can't really do it over the phone right now. So I'd like to follow up on a discussion and tell you what our niche is, and we'll take it from there. But otherwise, I'd say, also right around an 8.5.
Excellent. Adriana, great job.
Thank
Jay,
you.
who's up?
Do we want to go to Ruth for the second judge, or just want to, or
We got both.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
did both. Yeah.
my fault. I spilt the coffee all over the floor right here, and I apologize.
Fun Friday continues.
Yeah, Fun Friday continues. My socks are wet. Don't worry about it. All right. Next up, we have Chris Abizis. Chris, what's going on, man?
Hey, every day above ground's a good day.
That's right. That's right. So who am I going to be, and what are you seeking from me?
So I was thinking about this, and I work mostly with people in the real estate industry that are leaders, that are building a team. So I was thinking, ideally somebody that's, say you're somebody working alone, you've hit a ceiling, you need some leverage, and you're apprehensive about kind of getting to that next level.
I can do that.
All right,
Chris,
excellent. All right.
It's in, brother.
All right, excellent.
All right, man. You got the time, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Hey, Jay, how are you? It's your favorite coach, Chris Abazis. How's everything?
Coach Chris, what's up, man? How are you?
Good. I noticed, I was looking through my stuff. I noticed you attended my 2-hour Build a Winning Team class, and I was just curious. Tell me a little bit about your business and where you're looking to go with it.
So yeah, I did watch, and it was pretty incredible. I must say, your energy is awesome. I relate to you. My head right now is in growth. We're in growth mode. Actually today is a day of remembrance for a lot of people, and it's also my 1-year anniversary owning our real estate firm, 194 Real Estate Group. So growth is definitely on the mind, and trying to leverage my talents and my skills by myself has become really difficult. So we're in full recruit mode, and we really want to build out our team. So.
Gotcha. Well, definitely leading an office like that, you're wearing a lot of hats. So let me ask you, if you can design the perfect opportunity for yourself where you absolutely loved what you did every day, what would that look like?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, it morphs. It morphs. And just recently I was away, and I'll be quick, but I was away and I was sitting on a paddleboard in the middle of a lake, and I realized that my goal is to have thousands of listings.
Okay.
But my goals should shift to building a team with thousands of listings, because there's no way I can handle all that. And if I want to become a business owner, not operator, every day of my life for the rest of my life, I have to get into recruitment and coaching, and that's the next step for us for sure. So
Excellent.
You couldn't have called it a better time.
So I love that. So if there was a way for you, Jay, to be able to have those listings, leverage yourself through systems, models, tools, and people, that way you could be sitting in the middle of the water on a kayak and have all this come to fruition. Would you want to know more about that?
You got that right.
Actually, because there's people that I work with that are experiencing that right now. So would it be worth a 30-minute discovery call for us to take a deep dive to look at your business, find out if there's any missing links, and see if I can kind of give you the recipe to move from point A to point B?
Yeah, listen, I'm open to hearing more. I love your excitement about it. You're getting me excited about it. So absolutely, I would love to. Well, my schedule is crazy. I have 1,000 things going on. So what's it look like for you?
It's up to you. What I'll do is I'll send you a link. You could schedule a call for a time that works for you. And there's going to be a quick form for you to fill out. That way we don't waste any time. And, 3 things will happen. I'll be the person that'll be able to help you. I'll know somebody that'll be able to help you, or you won't be helpable at all.
Okay.
All right.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Looking forward to it, Jay. Take care.
All right. Excellent. Chris, how'd that feel for you?
Pretty standard. It was good. Not 3 minutes isn't a whole lot of time, but that's pretty much the amount of time that you have. So my intention was just to kind of, see where his motivation was, and just go in alignment with that. See if it was even, real.
Awesome. And Jay, depth of connection.
Depth of connection, 9.8, 9.9, like way up there.
Yeah,
Right.
no, that was so good that I actually forgot I was timing, because I was out in the middle of the lake with Jay and listening to it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Illustrious Joe Hagan.
Yeah, I feel like the Russian judge back in like the 80s that, deserved a 10, but you gave him a 9.5 just because nobody gets a 10. That was really, spot on. What can I say?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, common ground, held his hand through it. What does your future look like? What if I get you there? Social proof of I got people in, that have done that and set it up, and gave him a choice and gave him choices, got the appointment and made him laugh, and it was done. So at 9.5 in Russia, I'll say 9.9.
Thank you.
Excellent. Ruth.
Okay, so what else can I say? I mean, Joe's got it all, but I loved everything about it, the connectivity and particularly the humor. You guys obviously had it going on. So I gave you a 9.5.
I'm glad you appreciated my clownness. Thank you.
Excellent. Great job. So I'm going to just drop in. We've had 3 fine folks go. The one distinction that I would bring present is the putting something at stake and like setting aspirationally a vision, like coming from the participant, right? So like, what's that future look like for Jay? Like, why is he doing this? So like, and the energy from all 3 of the first folks was phenomenal. But what would it look like? Like, why is that happening? And what's at stake if you don't get there?
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
clearly you're, and that's for all 3 of you first fine, amazing folks. And Chris, your energy is like off the hook. Your articulateness, like, if I'm being real, I would go 9.9, right? 9.9. And the distinction between 9.9 and 9.99, if we're going to get into like the fun of exponentiality, is people in the 99th percentile in America, 9.9, make $400,000 a year. People in the 99.9 make 1.7 million. So those micro distinctions, right, lead to the depth of like heart connection. Because clearly it's like, dude, I want to like know this guy, right? But I could have felt a little bit more micro distinction, more of love. So I'm in agreement with 9.9. And
Sure.
you're amazing. Amazing.
Sure. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Jay?
Awesome. Iron Man, who you got next?
Mr. Gabe Abella.
Hello.
Gabe, who would you like me to be?
You can go ahead and be a HR director of a large enterprise.
Okay. And let's go. Jay, you got us timing?
Got it.
Drop in.
All right. Hey, Jason, it's great to see you. Just following all the amazing things that your organization is doing, especially in this time of COVID. And just want to spend some time really exploring what it is you're going through and what ways in which we might be able to partner together in the future.
Yeah, Gabe, it's good to see you again. How have you been?
Been excellent, and dealing with the kids, schooling at home, and I'm sure you're even going through some of those same things. So good thing is we're all going through this thing together. But the real reason we're getting together really is to kind of just explore and dream for a moment here about what you envision for what you want your organization to be, maybe in the near term. Maybe what would it look like for you to be in the future, 2021? What are you imagining for your organization, 2021?
Thank you. That's an awesome question. With everything going on right now, first we were just trying to figure out how we kept everyone working, how we kept people employed, didn't want to lay people off. And for the future, we want to get back to growth, right? Like now's the time to start growing and forward thinking and getting back to adding more people and growing our teams and getting them ramped up and coaching them and helping them and really helping us reach our goals.
Everything you're saying, Jason, really resonates with me for what we're trying to do with our own firm, but also just for your peers in the world right now are trying to, get things settled, but find that next step for how they want to launch 2021. But why is this important to you, Jason, or why is this important to your stakeholders? What's really driving you towards that vision?
Oh man, that's a great question, Gabe. For me, it's really about service, and it's really about the privilege that I have to lead this team and to really help drive this business forward, so we can make sure that people are reaching their dreams. So making sure they're taking care of their families. So making sure that when the next COVID happens, God forbid, that we're ready, that we're prepared, that we can really be ready to vertically innovate and make things happen.
I think what you're saying really resonates with me, Jason, because you feel this burden, this responsibility of your people, and I think that's what's gotten your organization to where it is now. And I think that the things that we can do as an organization to bring to you, we can do together, is bring these new ways of thinking. Right, our job is to stay ahead of the next pandemic. So what does 2022 and 2023 look like? But laying that groundwork in 2021, and we've done that with other clients. And there's some exciting ways in which we can share that with you if you're interested in hearing about that.
Definitely would like to learn more.
Yeah, I've got some clients, other clients. I'll be happy to share with you our experience on taking them from, pandemic to post-pandemic world and really creating this future that's going to be exciting for you and your stakeholders. That's something you want to, maybe we can get together and I can get together with your assistant and get some time together and we'll talk about this thing and lay this thing out.
No, that sounds perfect. We definitely need to set up some time. I'm at time right now, so let's go ahead and put it on the calendar and have a longer discussion.
Jason, phone call.
Excellent.
Yeah, awesome. How'd that feel?
Felt great. I thank Jason for being a great role player, but I was just trying to sink into his emotion. There's something there about, I felt you were more than role playing, Jason. Like there was something about even maybe the response that you feel for your family, your organization there. So I was just kind of be curious about that.
Right. Awesome job. Let's drop in. Illustrious Joe Hagan.
Yeah, so I thought, he did a good job establishing, because, right, it's HR and it's COVID. And so I think he was right on point with, the nature of, the pandemic and the companies, being able to survive versus grow. And I think he answered really well with resonating with his peers and why it's so important that, I do this for others. And he did a good job connecting on resonating, but I wanted to see a little more like, again, social proof, his heroic, unique identity on even an example. He says he has other clients that we've done this. Just give a little nugget of an example of how he had people that resonated with him and what you've done to change them for the better. And then he said, I'm interested to learn more. He basically said, please give me an agreement formation. He said, please, let's take this home. And right there, you should have just went right into it and said, okay, great. And then you just give them a choice. So we'll sit down next week. This is how it's going to work. What day works best for you, Jason? You know what I mean? And sit down with him. He was saying, let's rock and roll. And at that point, it's time to just set the time for the follow-up.
What'd you have for a score, Joe?
I'd say right about an 8.7.
Nice. Excellent. Ruth.
Okay, nice job, Gabe. I love that. I felt an energy shift throughout the whole thing. In the beginning, you talked a little bit surface about COVID, and Jason brought you in, and then you didn't dive into the heart. You just said, okay, good. Here's what I'm calling about, instead of saying, well, yeah, how are you doing? He asked you how you were doing, and you answered, but you didn't say, well, how are you doing through this whole thing? You pivoted nicely to why it's important to him. You got him to sink deeper into his heart later on in the conversation. And then your acknowledgement rose with your transformational listening, and I gave you an 8.8. You got a nice agreement there.
Thanks, Ruth.
Awesome. Very nice.
Yeah. And Gabe, you did it. That was an awesome job, my friend. So I didn't get a chance to acknowledge you, but I felt the connection. You went into the heart, and the judges gave you some great feedback. Looks like we lost Sean for a second, Jay, but you want to go ahead and
all good.
Person?
I'll take on my inner Sean right now. All right. Very good. Start snapping. All right. Next up, we're going to go. Hey, George, I see your background, but are you good to go, George? If not, Matthew, Victoria. Oh, George unmuted. All right, George, what's going on, man?
Sorry, I didn't hear anything for the last 20 minutes. So what did I miss?
It's your turn, my friend. So
hold on. Earmuffs for my kids.
Earmuffs, kids. Everybody earmuffs. Everybody on Facebook, earmuffs. So George, who would you like me to be, and what yes are you seeking from me in the world? Were you kidding about not hearing it, or you heard what was going on?
No, I legit. I put something in the chat that I said I apologize. I had a client call with an emergency. I'm still at the office, and clusterfuck of closings are sometimes the calls keep going. I can never predict what my day looks like. So I shot a note and I disappeared for about 15 minutes. So I'm just walking in. I did hear the first one though. So
so I'll tell you what, George, if you hang, we'll go with someone else next. You hear this one and then you go next after that. Cool?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I don't care.
All right, you're ready. So George, who do you want me to be? You're going to get me to yes for another appointment, but who am I?
Jay, I want you to be the owner of the entire Remax franchise across the country.
All right. Instant upgrade here. Very good. Let's go.
Love it. So, hey, how you doing? I'm George Beitengruber, and I'm a real estate closing attorney. I do bankruptcy and foreclosure defense, work a lot on short sales and foreclosure, and I just want to become an asset to all of your realtors to help problem solve how they can help their clients get the best result.
Hey, George, how are you? How'd you, I mean this in love, but how'd you get through? Did you talk to my secretary?
No, the really cool thing is I've been following you on Instagram and I saw a couple of neat posts. I responded to them and one of your agents hooked me up with your number. I'm not going to tell you who because I don't want him fired.
All right. I like the tenacity. What's going on, George? How are you, my friend?
Good, but you know, there's this weird thing about messaging. I just want people to understand that we're there as a resource. I'm not trying to sell. I'm going to sell myself to send these people hear from me, but I don't want to go knee to knee. I want to be in front of, you know, your top 500 agents and explain how I can add value to their clients, how I can make their clients feel more comfortable about the process, and how that's going to lead to more money for all of us.
2 minutes.
I mean, that all sounds good, but what do you exactly do, George?
So right now, our pivot has been, we've been doing these lunch and learn series. Now, unfortunately, it's in a Zoom protocol, but we want to do education, and more than education, we also want to give access. So every single one of your agents is going to walk out with my number. It's on speed dial. They text me with a problem that they've got a client. There's no reason they should have to wait for 9 to 5 and Monday through Friday to hear back from the attorney. I want to be their access point. And in a market like this, where they have to be super aggressive about getting those clients under contract and getting out of attorney review, that speed's going to be an asset for all of us.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, that's one of the biggest issues we have is the communication and the transparency in between. And all of a sudden, it's like right now, Friday at 5:30, and no matter what happens after we get off this call, I'm not going to be able to get a hold of a few of my agents' attorneys. So you're really speaking my language.
You know, I know the triple play is canceled, and that means that was a big event where we could have done this face to face. But how can I get on a meeting with your team and your marketing people about jumping in front of as many of your offices that would be interested in this?
I mean, you know, that's something we could work out for sure. You know, I'd be interested in hearing a little bit more, you know, before we got that far. But you know, I like what you have to say so far, so I'd be open to that second meeting.
Awesome. So why don't we set up a lunch? We can go out, actually talk like the old days. I'll mask, you'll mask, and we'll see what we can do from there.
You bring BYOM, bring your own mask?
Bring your own mask. I'll bring one that's branded with Remax for you.
Awesome. That sounds good. All right. Thanks, George. I appreciate it. Just shoot me that email and we'll set it up.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right.
Good job with the time, guys.
Great job. So first up, I see Sean's still off. So let's start with Ruth this time. Ruth, what do you have for George? First off, sorry, George, how'd you feel about that? I apologize.
I felt pretty good. We actually did over the last couple of years. People used to think of me as short sales only. So they'd throw me the messiest dumpster fires in the world. Over the last few years, we have been doing a lot of rebranding, and it's shown the improvement. So I'm comfortable talking to people about exactly value-added proposition and making sure they know it's money in their pocket. Of course, it's money in my pocket too, but this is about speed and access. Most attorneys don't want to be accessible after the normal day.
Excellent. All right, thank you. And Ruth, what are you thinking?
Well, those points exactly. Like I loved your fun energy, and you open up the accessibility. You had this great aspirational energy, telling them what you were going to do. Boom, you landed it. You got the second meeting. I actually like that you asked for more. He turned you down, but I mean, it's all good in that, and I gave you a 9.2.
Excellent job. Thank you, Ruth. And the illustrious Joe Hagan, what you got for us? You're muted.
He's muted.
You're the
got a 0.
Muted Joe Hagan.
Sorry.
There he is. Earmuffs. Take the earmuffs off.
Yeah, earmuffs. So, yeah, it started out kind of, kept going forward. I thought it was a little bit of a trip when he was like going right for, he didn't have you at hello yet. In other words, you had to go back and say, whoa, who are you? Timeout. Who are you? Where'd you get my number? He got a little bit of humor in there. He could have led with that and say, hey, listen, I got your number. I saw you on Instagram or whatever it is. And somebody gave me your number. I guarantee if you hear me out, it'll make sense to you. All right. And just kind of get that permission up front, because Jay's a really fun, good guy, but some people might just be turned off right there because you're assuming that they're going to listen to you. And I just think you got to create just a wee bit of rapport first. A couple things about, going knee to knee in front of your top agents. I thought I would have liked to see like a benefit of doing that, not going knee to knee, just, you're going right for the 500 agents. Explain to them what you do and what you can do and why going in front of 500 agents is going to be a benefit to him. I love the fact that you laid out that you'll be an asset for him and all the realtors. So you paint that vision. Somewhere in that vision and somewhere in what you could do for him, you answered Jay at the end when he said, had that feel. And then you just gave a great bullet about what you do. I'm like, okay, that should have been in the call. And I thought you did a great job. I mean, if I give a football analogy, you fumbled it a couple of times, but you kept picking it up and going forward. So I think you moved the chains, and I'd say you're right at a 9.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Excellent. Hey, Jay, Jason, guys, I'm having some technical difficulties, so I am here, but off camera. So great feedback, Joe. So I'm here.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean. And George, I got to say, your fun energy is definitely contagious, and it makes people want to do business. And I was being the owner of all Remax, so I thought I had to be a little tough. If you had called 194, I would have been like, "Come on in, George. I'm ready for you, buddy." Jay,
I think without the humor, he doesn't get to pick up the fumble and keep going.
Right.
Well, thank God I'm funny.
Yeah, great job, George. And you didn't curse.
The looks on everything.
And we got Dr. Fast Ken Young up next. So,
all right.
Would you like me to be, Kenny?
Well, I'd like you to be. Well, J-Man may know this guy, Joe DeSana. He's the owner, the CEO of the Spartan Races.
Awesome. And what are we looking to? What's the yes you want? Just curious.
Oh, well, we'll do that right now. So,
all right, let's go. Jay, you got our time?
Got it.
All right.
Hey, Joe, Jason, really nice to meet you. Thank you for taking time out of your super busy schedule to have this quick meeting with me. I know, and congratulations that you just bought the Tough Mudder series. So congratulations on that. And I heard on the Joe Rogan podcast that you did that right before the COVID pandemic. So I know that's probably a little tough on you. So how are you handling these races, not only the Spartan races, but the Tough Mudder races during this pandemic where, you have to socially distance everybody and across the globe?
Man, you had me excited, right? We got rid of our competitors. They kept setting up shop next to us all the time. Those guys were the worst. So as soon as we had the opportunity to buy them out, bring them on board, race together, I was excited. And then COVID, what the hell, man? What am I supposed to do? So it's been tough. Like, I don't know, we've been trying to set up some virtual stuff and bring it, but we really missed the community. We missed bringing people together, the fun of it, the energy, but we're trying to rock and roll online right now.
No, I hear you. And, I ran the Tough Mudders. I've done Ironman competitions. So I know all these athletes and we're all itching to get out there and race. So it is tough. I also know you came from a background back in Wall Street, a dream job there, but then you decided to switch gears, move to Vermont, and form this new company to do races and took a big risk. I'll give you a little background about myself. I've been in clinical research for the past 20 years. I'm kind of in the same boat where I just sat back. It's like, well, what do I enjoy? What is my dream job, even though I have a dream job? And I love to race. I love to travel, and so do a lot of the people I race with or are just friends. And I also have a company on the side where we're setting up these vacation runs. And it's a certain niche because there are competitors out there, but what they don't specialize is pampering these people. And as you know, all these people, most of us, we're super competitive, type A, we want to work hard, we want to play hard. But the competitors that are out there right now, they're really not whining and dining these people. They go out on these adventure runs, these vacations, but they're staying in hostels. They're staying in tents. What I want to do is go to these really remote, amazing places and pamper these people. So they'll go out, we'll go out in the woods, we'll have crazy long runs, enjoy nature, but then when we come back, we're not sleeping in tents. We're sleeping in nice hotels. We're staying in 5-star resorts. We're getting massages. We're being pampered. Because we work hard, we want to enjoy life. We don't want to just sit in a tent. If you want to sit in a tent, then you don't need to pay that much money. But if you want to go out there and enjoy vacation, collaborate with fellow like-minded people, then this is the thing for you. And what I want to do, and we can social distance this. So I feel like since your company may be hurting right now in a pandemic time, this is something that we could do, potentially partner and form something where we're working again with athletes who enjoy their time, who enjoy to travel, but then they also can social distance themselves. We can do a lot of activities where you can stay 6 feet apart or wear a mask. So it's really pandemic proof instead of these races where you're all tightly together and you can't participate anymore. So I would love the opportunity to discuss things further with you and show how we can expand this into a global empire.
Well, I love first, Ken, I love your vision. You do have something, it sounds like you have something magical in the works, and I'd love to have a longer conversation. I don't have any more time right now. I got to get on to my next thing, but I appreciate your vision and your passion for it, and let's set up that next call.
Sounds great. Look forward to it. Thanks again for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Great job. Ruth, what do you have?
Ruth, you're muted. Good thing you're muted. What did you just say? Oh my goodness. No.
I did swear, but I was muted. So Ken, really nice job. I love that you started off. Thank you. Okay, so that's a nice connection right there. And you kind of got it took a while to get to your heroic, unique identity. And once you did, you expounded upon it. And then you came in for your ask. I saw him like see his future in you. So I liked that part. And then it was exciting to expand globally. Like I said, it just took you a little while to get there. I gave you an 8.5.
Excellent, Ruth. Yeah, Ken, great job. And illustrious Joe Hagan, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, so as Ken was speaking, I saw the commonality right away, the rapport out of the gate rather. And I was kind of thinking of that like soft drink in the 70s that came out, Mellow Yellow. I was like, he was really aspirational. He was really mellow. He really they met on the same wavelength. And I thought it was great. And I thought he did a great job talking about an opportunity. There's a void in this industry. Let's fill that void. Not that you have to be chop Wall Street style and get to the point, rapid fire, but it was a little bit long in the tooth when you were carrying on. I would have just said, look, I have this vision. I think together, when you understand the granular details of the vision and I can show it further, that you'll agree we could take this to the next level. So therefore, and then go, because Jason had to ask for the next call because he was running out of time. But you could have just painted that vision just the same and saved some of that really, talk about pampering, talk about not being in a tent. There's a lot I really want to talk to you about, like tease them. And then there's a lot more where that came from. So let's sit down and have a meeting. And I thought it was great. And I thought it was like an 8.8.
Nice. Excellent job, Joe. Iron Man, who do we got next, brother?
Well, back to Jay Levine. I'm back to the timekeeper, Sean. So we got Jay keep up next.
Iron Man. Sean, just want to say that I prefer the mountains of Sedona than that, but okay, I guess we have the hotel room. I'm just saying.
Yes, I prefer it as well, but technical difficulties were in play. So my apologies for eliminating the mountains of Sedona, but we're back in action. Jay, back to you, brother.
All right, so next up, we will go with Albana. Albana, are you ready? And I just want to say something about Albana on mute, but I just want to say something real quick about Albana. When we had our first conversation, and this is why these role plays are so incredibly important. When we had our first conversation, there was so many similarities in some of the things that we talk about here and right now, because I knew I only had 3 minutes to talk to her, because in fact, she almost called the wrong number because she had called me once before and already answered the question. She called me for a second time. And I said, listen, call me twice. I'm getting the call now. Come on, you got to talk to me. So Albana, you're still on mute though, but who am I going to be? Oh, you're muted, Albana. There we are.
So you are going to be a business owner, a big construction company in New York City.
All right, excellent.
Go ahead, take us in.
All right. Hi, Jay. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. Things have been different, to say the least, in the last 6 to 8 months, for sure.
Absolutely. And I know we haven't been speaking together before. This is our first phone call. But even though you probably don't know anything about me, I do know quite a bit about you because I kind of played detective a little bit behind the scenes. But I know that you actually came to TD Bank couple of months ago because you were disappointed with your existing bank. You could not get that PPP loan in time that you needed for your employees, and through a connection, you were put in touch with one of my partners that, quite frankly, did an amazing job and gave you a positive response within 24 hours. So I know that meant a lot to you to have that burden on the side, and then know that your employees were getting paid during this difficult time of COVID. So I actually got in touch with her, or actually she got in touch with me and told me a bit about you. And I, realized that you could be our ideal client for the service that we provide for high net worth clients. And this is why I'm reaching out to you. I know it's been a couple of months, but I wanted to allow you some time to take care of your business and to focus on the most important things. And now that things have slowed down a little bit, I think, I reached out to you because it seems like a good time to speak. So much for—
I appreciate you giving me that time, because I think 2 months ago, with all the things going on, I don't think I would have even had time for the call or been able to take it. So I appreciate that. And as for the PPP, you hit the nail on the head. I only have about a minute left to talk. And that is a conversation that's going to take much, much longer. But you seem to know exactly what it is that we are looking for. And yes, I came in a few months ago with some problems. And, at the end of the day, the most important thing here is making sure that my family and my team and my people are safe and secure. And that PPP loan was very important to us. So thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that was our biggest concern at the time, to be able to provide that to you and your company. So I know we don't have much time today, but I wanted to just introduce myself very quickly. I want you to know that, our private client group has been providing us remote services for quite some time, pre-COVID era. So while some other companies are trying to adjust, we already have the system in place because we've been doing this for some time. So again, we will be able to provide you those services remotely, and you will be spending very little time away from company in terms of like dealing with situations that may be, something that's concerning you in reference to the bank, et cetera, et cetera. My role as a relationship manager will be just to be that one go-to person for every single problem that you may encounter with the bank, or even inquiries about any future needs that you may have in the near future or further future. And just to summarize a little bit about, just to give you an example, anything that you may need, you may call me. I actually don't have limited hours of response, so that's something that my clients like very much so. Yeah, absolutely. And
I don't like limited hours. That was one of the things at the other bank. So listen, I really do have to run, but I feel very safe with what you're telling me, and you seem to know exactly what I'm looking for. So if you could just shoot me that email and let's set up another conversation. Thank you, Albana.
Absolutely, I will do that. And another thing that I wanted to reiterate is that I work along with your partners, your CPA, your attorney. So you really will be spending a very little time, in reference to spending time more with your business and then focusing on what's more important to you.
Thank you so much.
Sending you that email to connect, and I look forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you.
Excellent job, Albana. Jay, what would you say was the level of connection?
Level of connection, I would go with like an 8.5. I felt connected, and she knew what issues I was going through, so it was like automatic. I felt safe because they helped me already. I would have. In looking back and thinking about it, like I tried to throw out some nuggets about family and legacy to give some places to dive in, and that's the only spot I would have said to do.
Yeah. So okay, let's go. We'll drop in right after this. So Joe, what do you have for Albana?
Yeah, your thoughts were mine exactly. And Jay just reiterated it. Like, he was connected to the bank, not her, and he still can be connected to her, but she needed to connect with him first.
Yeah.
And I thought up front, she started telling him, I know what happened. This is what happened. And we took care of you. And she's telling him like what a good job they did for him. I thought that was perfect access to ask him, I understand you had some issues. We take care of it. Tell me how you feel about that. Because as she moved on, he went back to that and said, yeah, I had family legacy, and if he would have been able to express his gratitude himself, he would have felt it a lot more than hearing her say, yeah, I know we took care of you, and then moving on. Because once he expressed that, you say, listen, it doesn't end there. We took care of you in the pandemic and the bad times. We're here in the good times as well. We got this great team. Whatever you need, we're here. You call me. I'm your relationship manager. I'll get anything and everything for you. I want to talk in detail when you have time. Then let's set up the meeting.
Awesome. And a score, Joe?
I'd say because of the lack of connection, I got to go 8.
All right. Ruth, what do you got for Albana?
Albana, am I muted? No.
Nope, you're good, Ruth.
Okay. I love how you opened with the detective behind the scenes. Like you made a connection, and then it seemed to, as what Joe was saying, how'd you feel? Like you really want to draw him in, and he tried, and you went back to your agenda, and you're here to serve him. And so and in the end, you had the next meeting, but you just kept going and going, and you started to lose him. And he was like, I got to get off the phone. And you already had it. So I gave you an 8.2.
All right. Awesome. Great job, Ruth. Joe, Iron Man, Jay, going to drop in on something real quick. So Albana, great job. Would you mind role playing with me for a moment?
Sure.
Yeah, cool. So, wow, Albana, thank you so much for being here today. For real, I know you're a busy person working with high net worth individuals. What made you say yes and come on the Real Raw Open today?
So let me understand. Am I still, are you playing my?
No, you're you. So you're you. Yeah, just be you. So why did you come on today?
So to this you mean, I'm not understanding the question 100%. Is this like what made me come to this meeting today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually spoke to Jay a couple of days ago, and I was actually very impressed with the way that he actually responded to my questions. And he was very, very understanding of my issues. And I don't even know why I opened up to him at the time, but I did. And so, he made me feel comfortable that he was someone that I could work with. And when he actually approached me with this meeting, and I know the value of these meetings, and I know that creating new connections is a great thing for everyone. So I said yes right away. It was really a great opportunity for me.
Yeah, that's awesome about it. And I hear like your focus, your growth mindset, but what is it for you? Like what's at stake? Where are you going with all this? What are you building? Like, I get it. You want to make more money and people want to grow things, but what's the legacy part of this? Like, where is this whole thing getting built to for you?
So, yeah. So basically my whole purpose behind this is really to just, get to know new people that I can connect with. And mostly it's not even about money. It's mostly creating new connections, because I feel that the more, the more connections that we have, then the more successful we are, not only in our professional life, but even our personal lives. It just affects us all around.
Yeah. And so like, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing drive. You are a driven person, are you not?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But why? Like, who cares about success? Like, why do you care about success? That's really what I'm trying to get to. Because you are clearly driven, but why do you care about making the incredible things happen that you're making happen?
So it makes me happy personally. It just fulfills my life a little bit. And I have also 2 children that I support. And I always, that's just what drives me every day to really kind of do well and do better and then grow. And I also want to teach them, because again, when I came to this country, I had nothing. I almost knew no English. I had no friends, no connections. I knew nobody. And within 18 years, it's been a great journey for me. And I know that, I just want to teach them that if they want to achieve something, they can.
Okay. So you came here and did not know the language. And now you work in New York City and you sell to high net worth individuals every day, and you're doing it successfully. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. It's been a great journey. I actually started as a part-time teller. It's been that.
All right, let's stop. Pause for a second. So Albana, everybody here today, if we drop in on how amazing we are and what's happening, we miss that moment. Oprah Winfrey said she held the microphone for 30,000 people, again, because she said, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me, right? Albana, that's an amazing story. And everybody we encounter has an amazing story. And sometimes they're so corporatized. Albana took 3 different rounds of getting there, but Albana, do you feel happy? And answer me straight up. Do you feel happy and proud that you got to share today, that you came to this country with nothing, not speaking the language, and you've become the success that you are? Are you thankful, happy, proud that you shared that today with these fine folks?
Absolutely. And I'm very happy that, I'm here and the opportunity to share it. I also want to express my gratitude about, of this, for all the friends and all partners that I've worked with and actually this country at the end of the day. It's been an amazing opportunity for me, and I'm sure an opportunity for everybody else that, came here.
And let me say this, that when you just said that you were thankful to this country, it hit me with a shockwave of additional energy. You're an incredible person. And we miss, all of us, that moment that we have between two people. And that construction dude that built the company that Jay was playing, he's got a story he's proud of too. And so if we move right into, hey, congratulations, I see you built this thing, cool, and here's how I'm going to help you build more, we miss the moment of being seen, heard, and understood. Right? Do you feel that, Albana?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah. Iron Man Jay, thoughts on that?
No, that was, Sean, that was really, really well played. And when she said, I'm just proud to, be here in the United States and all the things she just said, I felt it too. Like I felt her energy shift, the way that the connection went. And I hope everyone else saw that, because it's so valuable up front to build that rapport, because you really open people's listening and give them a chance to be seen and heard, and what they say matters, right? Before you try to make an agreement.
Absolutely. And when we market and sell, right, often 99% of people become somebody slightly different. And that's the challenge. It becomes the default no that other people have in the sales dynamic arises when they feel we've entered into a transactional space. So Albana, I don't even know if you have any idea what I do or don't do, but honestly, if I was like, hey, would you want to have a 15-minute conversation? Would you be open to having a 15-minute conversation with me offline?
Absolutely. Yes. I've heard a few of I've seen a few of your videos, and I was really, I haven't come to see you before or watch the videos, but, thankfully to Jay that I just got this sudden call like 2-3 days ago, I got to know you a little bit better, and I've been really impressed with what you do.
Thank you. How about this though? Let's pretend you never saw a video, heard anything. And I'm just a person like everybody else here. Like there's no videos, nothing, right? Would you, in light of the encounter we just had and me hearing you, would you be open to a 15-minute call?
I would be open to a 15-minute call with you, and I would be open to a 15-minute call with everyone else on this call. I think I only benefit from everyone here, and it's really amazing.
Oh, that is outstanding. And now I'm going to coach everybody up for a moment, because we're not here to talk about this today, but to have discriminating intention around the calls we take and what we don't take is critical. That's a story for a different day. But the story for today is we want to make sure that we lean in and create that moment where we can hear and see and understand that other person. Jay Levine, thoughts on this?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, I knew, Albana, I knew your story, and I knew, you said something before when we were on the phone that the conversation was different when we spoke. And the reason it was different is because I have learned now that even though I thought I was good at communicating before, what I was doing is I was just over communicating with people, and I wasn't giving them a chance to tell me what they felt. And if you allow me to tell you what I feel, you can then truly serve me better. And that's what happened when we talked on the phone, and it was magical. And we spoke for an hour, and it was basically a wrong number. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it was a wrong number. And it was a fantastic conversation. I knew you'd love this, and this is exactly what it looks like. And thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you.
Jay, is that the power of the formula or what?
Oh, you have no idea that is the power of the formula. It's incredible. And like I said, I thought I was good at communicating before, and I had seen nothing yet.
No, and you're incredible. And I wasn't like just understanding this, that example before, the 95th percentile in income in the US makes 150K, the 99th, 400,000, the 99.9, 1.7 million, 99.99, 7.8 million, 99.999, 56 million. It's not about money. It's about mastery. And as we rise in our micro distinctions up that scale, exponentiality becomes more and more available. So it's awesome. And this is a remarkable group of people today. super impressive. And I'm going to say this, everybody did a great job, but I want to start really leaning into truth and not like saying, hey, everybody's the same. Chris's communication speed and ability today was truly special. Like, and I do this every day. It's 135th one we've done, and that was like some special stuff. So outstanding job, and everybody was outstanding, truly. So Iron Man.
One more, my friend. One more, and that closes us off. So Matthew Victoria, you're up, my brother. How are you today? You look like you're sitting on top of a skyscraper. I'm guessing that's a background.
Yeah, I was out of my my car earlier, so I apologize for that one. But now I got into the office with a fantastic view.
Fantastic. So who am I, and what yes are you seeking in the world?
I guess you might as well be you. I'm going to have you be a realtor and make an appointment with them. So
cool. I like it. All right. Jay Sips, you timing us? All right.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Non-verbal. It's okay. I'm watching you. Let's go, Matt.
Hey, is this Jay?
Yes. Who's this?
Awesome. Jay, my name's Matt. You don't know me, and hopefully we're going to get to know each other real quick. I'm actually a lender, and you probably get a gazillion phone calls from all of these guys. Am I right?
No, I've never spoken to a lender before, ever. Never.
They all must be sleeping, which is great for me.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no, I get a couple calls here and there, Matt. But what's up, man? How are you? I have about probably 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I got a phone call I got to make. Hop on a Zoom call.
Great. I'll make it 2, so this way you can get a little bit extra time to get doing what you got to do. So I'm sure you've been super busy. Everything's crazy right now with the market, and you've got your relationships already. I don't want to impede on them. I'm guessing that you've been working with 2, 3 lenders, maybe a little bit more for a while.
Yeah, we have a few preferred lenders that we know do a great job.
Awesome. Well, I've got a team of people. We actually speak Spanish, French, Russian, and Indian with my team there. And what we do is we are creative financial specialists. I'd love to be able to help out with maybe 1 or 2 of your deals that you might have some problems with. Do you have any like that you might need some help with?
No, deals don't ever have problems. So yeah, I mean, listen. So you mean active deals or new deals or
whatever it is that might be of assistance for you. That's really what we try to do. Is we try to help you with your business. And to do that, we try to take the lending side of it off your table. We don't want you to have to deal with that. We don't want you to have to deal with, what's their credit look like? What's it? We do a full pre-approval up front, educate the buyer, and then get them back to you to get out shopping. Is that something that might help free up some time for you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely a benefit. I will say that a lot of times this is what I hear. So it's a matter of, is the person going to be able to do it? And, or what is the message that they're giving me, the truth. And I don't mean that against you, Matt. That's just what I hear in the industry.
Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to help you with your business. Do you have a little bit of time next week? Maybe we can do a Zoom call, or if you have your mask and get together and find out a little bit more about what some of your pains are that I can help take off the table for you and make it a little easier for you.
Yeah, I'm not a man who turns down opportunities to meet and connect with people. And, if I say no, nothing will ever happen. So I'm going to say yes and start the opportunity. So it sounds good, Matt. I appreciate the call. And if you could send me an email, we can click on that link and schedule for next week.
Sounds good. Let me do that. And I told you I'd get you a little extra time to go out and make some phone calls. So listen, I'm going to reach out to you. We'll schedule, and then you have a wonderful day. Okay?
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it, dude. Have a good.
Awesome. Thanks.
Bye.
All right, Matt, awesome job, man. Joe Hagan, brother, what do you got for Matt?
So yeah, I thought it was really good starting out. I thought it was a really good call overall. I think what happened to the mortgage magician, because then Jay turned around and said something and opened up the door for humor, and he didn't like enter that space, which was a real good access point to do that, and I think you could have also added the mortgage magician in the fact that he asked him, like, do you see any problems? And Jay even posed a little humor at it. Like, yeah, sometimes these closings have problems. And that it would have been probably better served to say, listen, you and I both know, just when we think we've got every single problem ironed out, that we've seen it all, a new one that we've never seen exists. So this is what I do as the mortgage magician. I make sure that we have your back and have your problems. And instead of saying we'll reach out with a schedule, I would just, I would give choices and say, and lock down a date right then and put it on the calendar then. But otherwise, everything else was solid and an 8.5.
Awesome job, Joe. Ruth.
Really good job. You started off with, you don't know me, but I'm hopping in here, and I'll even keep it shorter than 3 minutes. So there was a little bit of humor there, which I liked. I really thought you were respectful with his time. And I really enjoyed that you said what distinguishes and separates you from others is the languages. Like, you just rolled that off and you hit that. And you know, Jay, you're playing yourself, so it's like you want them to know what your pains are, and that was really nice. You can bring anybody in. I gave you an 8.7. Nicely done.
All right, Ruth, your mountain climbing prowess, adventureness, and amazingness is present, and thank you for today. Great job.
I feel a little gypped. I don't get the wig.
It's still here.
That is amazing. And Joe, great job as well. So Ironman, Jay, final on this amazing September 11th with a tremendous job the two of you gentlemen did, and all these fine folks.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Thank you. This is thanks for being here with us, guiding us through this. Another amazing Real Raw. I think you said 135. This is a group. I've done 10 or 11 of these, and this was some of the best I've seen so far. So thank you. And we brought a lot of fun today. We got wigs, we got Hawaiian shirts, we got the cursing lawyer. I mean, come on.
Mother effer.
Iron Man. So how about you, Jay?
Yes. Again, same thing. This is probably my 10th Real Raw, and we have a bunch scheduled and more to go. And everyone here did amazing. It isn't easy. And everyone here is like the LeBron James of what they do. And practice is going to get you to where you got to be. Maybe LeBron, maybe you don't like LeBron. We could pick somebody else, but you guys are amazing. Thank you very much. I hope this isn't the last I see of all of you. I would love to continue the relationship. So Sean, thank you. And back to you, my friend.
Yeah, no, thank you. Agree. If this is the end of the journey, influence is a superpower. It changes our money, time, and magic, our leadership. It solves world problems, creates contribution, and helps our family, right? Everything that we do, heart-centered, integrity-based influence. And so, and knowing what to do with it. But hopefully, like Jay said, this is the beginning of the journey. So thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful, fun Friday and September 11th in remembrance of all those heroes. Thank you.